Hello everyone. Today we learn about rational numbers. We learn what a rational number is. If we can express a number in the form P upon Q, and if P is any integer, P can be any integer, Q is also any integer, but not equal to 0. This is important. P can be any integer, Q can also be any integer, but Q cannot be 0. Q is not equal to 0. So if we can express number in this manner, then that number will be a rational number. For example, we might say 4 upon 7. 4 is an integer, 7 is an integer. Or we might say minus 4 upon 7. Minus 4 is an integer and 7 is an integer. Both are rational numbers. Or we might say 4 upon minus 7. Or we might say minus 4 upon minus 7. So all these are integers. P is an integer and Q is also an integer, and Q is not equal to 0. Even though these two numbers are same and these two numbers are same. That we'll learn later. Okay, let's see some more examples. 0 upon 4 is also a rational number, even though it is equal to 0. Or 0 upon minus 4 is equal to 0. This is also a rational number. 7 upon 0 is not a rational number. Why? Because Q is 0 here and Q cannot be equal to 0. This is in fact not defined. We say whenever we define an integer by 0, the answer is not defined. Or minus 7 upon 0, not defined. So it is not a rational number. Okay? If P is 0, no problem. P is any integer, no problem. Q cannot be 0. Therefore, we understand that any number which can be expressed in the form P upon Q and Q is not equal to 0, that number is a rational number. Now, what about 2? 2 is an integer, it is also a whole number. We can express 2 as 2 upon 1. Now it becomes in the form of P upon Q. So this is a rational number, so 2 is also a rational number. Why? Because it can be expressed in this form. Minus 2. Minus 2 can also be expressed like this. This is in the form of P upon Q. 0. 0 can be expressed as 0 upon 2 or 0 upon 4 or 0 upon minus 4. So these are all in the form of rational numbers because P can be 0 but Q cannot be 0. So 0 is also a rational number. Therefore, all whole numbers, all natural numbers, all integers can be expressed as rational numbers. So rational number can be given in this form. Let us say minus 2 upon 7. This is a rational number. Or if it is simply minus 2, you can change it as minus 2 upon 1. We can rewrite and express it in this form. So this becomes a rational number. Okay? Now let's understand what's the difference between a fraction and a rational number. Because sometimes students get confused. They think a rational number and fraction, they are similar. No, they are similar only to some extent. A fraction is expressed as a number which is expressed as m upon n, where m is a whole number and n is also a whole number, but not equal to 0. So m is a whole number, n is a whole number, but not equal to 0. So n is not equal to 0. Therefore, 2 upon 7 or 5 upon 16 or 9 upon 8, these are all fractions. Now, they are also whole numbers. They are also rational numbers. So, some fractions are also rational numbers. Or we can say some rational numbers are also fractions. But minus 2 upon 7 is not a fraction. Why? Because minus 2 is not a whole number. It is an integer. I hope you know the difference between whole number and the integers. Whole number means numbers which start from 0 and continue infinite up to infinite. And they're all positive numbers. Integers means 0, all whole numbers are natural numbers and all negative numbers. Normally, integers are expressed on a number line. So this is a rational number but not a fraction. Likewise, 6 upon minus 7, this is a rational number but not a fraction, because minus 7 is negative. The q here is negative, or n here is negative. So what we say is, we say all fractions are rational numbers. But all rational numbers are not fractions. I'll again give the example. For example, 4 upon 5. This is a fraction and this is a rational number. But minus 4 upon 5 is a rational number, but it is not a fraction. Fraction means m upon n, where n is not equal to 0, but both m and n are whole numbers. In rational number, what we said? They are integers. What did we say in rational number? P upon Q. Q is not equal to 0. And P and Q are integers. That means P can be a negative number and or Q can be a negative number. Here both M and N are positive numbers. So these are positive numbers. Here it can be positive number or it can be a negative number. So this will tell you what a rational number is and what is the difference between a rational number and a fraction. Next video we learn some properties of the rational numbers. Okay. So if you like my video, please share it with your friends and subscribe my channel if you have not already subscribed to it. Thank you.